Hey guys, for this station we're going to be talking about metric conversions. You guys know from 6th grade that in science we're going to be using the metric system. So these metric units include things like meters, liters, grams. In science we do not use what we call the imperial system. So that's the stuff that you're probably most familiar with. Inches, feet, miles, pounds, ounces. That stuff is no good, okay? Whenever we're measuring in science we're going to be in grams, meters, and liters. We also need to know, in addition to grams, meters, and liters, are prefixes for the metric system. These prefixes are kilo, hecto, deca, are base units of grams, meters, liters, deci, centi, and milli. The ones that are bold, we use the most, kilo, centi, milli, and those prefixes just attach to the beginning of words. So let's say you have regular old grams, a very small unit of grams would be milligrams, or a very big unit of grams would be kilograms. As we go from left to right, our prefixes go from big to small, okay? And we can take these prefixes and attach them onto any one of our base units. So we can have milligrams, or millimeters, or milliliters, okay? We also need to be able to convert from one of these prefixes to another. So we should be able to convert from kilograms just to regular old grams, or maybe from regular old meters to millimeters. When I mean convert, we need to know how many millimeters are in a regular old meter, or how many meters are in a regular old kilometer. And for that reason, we need to memorize these prefixes of kilo, hecto, deca, our base units, deci, centi, and milli. One really easy way to remember these prefixes is by the mnemonic device. A mnemonic device is just going to be a short phrase that helps you remember other information. And we use King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. So King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. I'll give you a moment to copy that down. And these are going to allow us to remember our prefixes. So if we could remember King Henry, then hopefully you can associate with kilo and hecto. Died unusually, deca, our regular base units, grams, meters, liters, all fall underneath the unusually umbrella. And then drinking, deci, chocolate, centi, milk, milli. I'm going to show you how to use these prefixes in this order in order to convert from one unit to another. So what you do in order to convert from one unit to another is you draw this stair-step tool, and you're going to want to draw this every single time you are converting from one unit to another. So whether it's for a worksheet or a homework or a test or quiz, you want to draw out this stair-step tool because it's going to be really helpful for when you convert from one unit to another. So what we have is just our same letters in that order. King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. Remember, underneath the unusually, I like to make a little note where we have meters, liters, and grams. And we're going to use this stair-step tool to convert, again, from one unit to another. We use it by just making little jumps from where we want to be to where we're going. And then we just move the decimal point whichever way that we jumped. So if I made some 2 jumps to the right, I'm going to move that decimal point 2 jumps to the left. If I moved, to the right. If I moved 3 jumps to the left, I'm going to move my decimal point 3 jumps to the left. And I'm going to actually show you this on the next page. So if you could actually take your note sheet and flip it over, we're going to do some practice problems together. For the first problem, I want you guys to convert 564 millimeters, and we are going to go to regular old meters. Now again, the first part of figuring out a problem like this is to draw our stair-step tool. So I'm going to draw 7 stair steps. 4, 5, 6, 7. Underneath each one of those stair steps, I'm going to put the beginning letter of the prefix from big to small. So King Henry died unusually drinking, chocolate, milk. Now using this stair-step tool, I'm going to choose where I'm starting from, which is the millimeters. So my prefix for milli starts right here. And I'm going to figure out where I'm going. Meters is our base unit, so it's right there in the center. I'm going to draw jumps. 1, 2, 3 jumps to my left. So I'm going to take this decimal point that's on this 564, which if it's a whole number is right at the end. I'm going to make it jump 3 times, 1, 2, 3 to my left. My new decimal point will be right in the beginning. So 564 millimeters is equal to 0.564 meters. We're going to try 2 more. For my next one, we're going to do 12 kilograms. And we're going to convert that into centigrams. Again, if it's just a regular old 12, my decimal point is right at the end, 12.0. And we're going from kilograms, and we're going to centigrams all the way down here. So remember, I'm going to start at kilograms. I'm going to jump every single step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps to my right. So now I'm going to take this decimal point and jump at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps to my right. Now there's no numbers here. So what that means is we need to fill in those jumps with zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So that means 12 kilograms is equal to 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros centigrams, which is actually 1,200,000 centigrams. Now we're going to do one more example. And this is an example where the decimal point is in the center. So I'm going to have 64.5 meters. And we're going to go to millimeters. Now I'm actually going to redraw my stair-step tool since my first one got a little messy. Remember, King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. In this example, I'm going from meters, which is my base unit, to millimeters. Remember, this little m does not stand for meters, it stands for milli. So it's our smallest unit, millimeters. Regular old meters is right in the center. I'm going to jump 1, 2, 3 steps to my right. That means I'm making 1, 2, 3 jumps to my right of my decimal point. So I start here with my decimal point, 1, 2, 3. There's my new point. Remember, we skipped over the 5, but we got to enter these empty spaces with zeros. So 64.5 meters is going to equal 64,500 millimeters. If you got lost or if I went too fast for you during this video, go ahead and replay the parts of the video that you're confused on. Try to figure out how to do metric conversions from this video. And then at this station, we're practicing, okay? Try to do as many conversions as you can on this worksheet. If you have trouble after watching the video a couple times, please ask Mr. Harris for help.